Grouping. Put group on top or beside it. I want you to think about what method we're using. Number 1's grouping because it has 4 terms. Do I have to group them in the order that they're in? Or could I group them a different way? Different way? Do y'all want to group them the same way that they're in?
Yes.
Okay. Alright, Simon, what do these first two have in common?
3.
Alright, so what would go in parentheses? Good. Bryant, what do these have in common?
1.
Good. So what goes in parentheses?
X minus 5.
How do I know that I've done it correctly? Yes. So tell me my final two binomials. And very good. Questions about that one? All right, let's do, let me let you do 3 on your own, and then we'll come back to 2. Go ahead and do 3 on your own, because you know how to do that one. If you can't remember, go through the chart, see which method you use. Alright, compare your answers to people around you.
I got p squared plus 1
Alright, Rihanna. How many terms? Alright, what method did you use?
I don't know.
Somebody help her out. Difference of squares. Good. How do you know it's difference of squares? 2 things. Well, besides that. Perfect squares, and there's a, yes. So, Sid, what's the square root of this one? Alright. Amy, what's the square root of this one?
1.
Or?
-1.
Good. Okay, so tell me my 2 binomials to write from here. Anybody? Yep, p squared plus 1 and? Very good. Am I done? No. You want to factor it out completely, right? Could I factor out this one anymore? Good, because it's not difference of squares because there's a plus sign, right? But this one, isn't this difference of squares? So I'm going to leave this one the same. What could I factor this one into? Very good, that's it. And you'll see why when we start solving these, why it's important that you factor it completely instead of leaving it like this. Questions about that one? Alright, let's kind of look at number 2 together, but I'm going to let you do it on your own. I just want to talk about the method that we used. Oh, beside this one, write DOS for difference of squares. Number 2. What method? Yes, sorry. Yes.
So if you see a plus sign, just try to come out back.
Like if it was p to the 4th plus 1? Yes. Alright. What about number 2? What method? Alright, Sierra, how many terms? Everybody look under 3 terms on the chart. It's either got to be AC easy or AC hard, right? Which one's this one going to be? Yes. You can divide everything by what? I wrote this in orange. I should have wrote it in like black and like super big. Always check for GCF. GCF means what? So if they have something in common, right? Do all of these have something in common? They have a what, Simon? Okay, and that's significant. Here's why. If I take out a 3 out of everything, Caleb, what would I get in my parentheses?
Z squared plus 8Z plus 15.
And now it's AC what? Easy. Because your A is what now? 1. And aren't those a lot easier to factor than the one we did in your bell ringer? So, Nicole, what do I have to find factors of right here? That add together to get, so that's going to be, good, 5 and 3. So tell me what goes here. Good, and that's it. So out to the side, tell me the two methods we used again. First one we used was what? GCF. What's the second one? AC easy. Good. Alright, these next two are different than what we've been doing. Y'all don't know how to do these yet, but we're about to learn. How many terms do you see on number 4? Do they have anything in common? Can it be difference of squares?
No.
So the other two are sum of cubes and difference of cubes. This one's going to be what? Right, SOC beside it. SOC. Alright, here's the formula that I want you to write, and then I'm going to explain what kind of the pattern at the top. So write SOC, sum of cubes, A plus B, A squared plus AB plus B squared. Oh, that's supposed to be a minus sign. Look, I'm messing up already. A squared minus AB plus B squared, sorry. And then I want you to write difference of cubes, DOC, doc and soc. A minus B, A squared, this time it is, plus AB plus B squared. Alright, so here's kind of the pattern to help you remember it. The middle signs are always different. See, the middle of this one's a plus, right? Middle of this one's minus. They're always different. Middle of this one's minus. Middle of this one's plus. Sum of cubes always starts with sum. Okay? Anytime you square something, it's always going to be what? Positive. So these will always be positive because you're squaring something. And so these two, the middle ones that change. If it's sum, that's sum first. If it's difference, that's difference first. Okay? Now A and B are the cube roots of each term. So let's go back to number 4. What's the cube root of this first one? Try again. Yeah, cube root of Z squared, or Z cubed is Z. Cube root of 125. So this is our A. I'm going to write it small. This is our B. And now you just fill it in the formula. So the first one is A plus B, so it's going to be what? Z plus 5, good. Then A squared would make, good. A times B would make 5Z, but it would be what right here? Yeah, change the sign, always different than this one. So minus 5Z, and then B squared would be, which is 25. That's it. And look at this one. Why didn't we factor this one? Could you think of any factors of 25 that could add together to get negative 5? Nope, that's why we can't factor this one. Everybody see that? Okay? And I don't want y'all to do this. I just want you to watch me and kind of help me with this. I'm going to multiply this out so you can see that these are the same thing, okay? So starting with Sawyer, we're going to distribute the Z to each one, okay? So Z times Z squared. Alright, Toby, Z times the middle term. Good. Brandon, Z times 25. Very good. Rihanna, now the 5 to here. Good. Abby, next one. Good. And then Nikki, this last one. Yes. Now look at all the terms right here. What's going to happen? Which ones cancel out? And good. So you're left with what we started with. Everybody see that? So that's how you can check it. Everybody good with that one? Do you think you could do this one on your own? Alright, this one's difference of cubes. Try to follow the formula and go ahead and factor. Alright, what is it? Start with my binomial. Somebody tell me. Everybody agree? T minus 3. Next. Everybody agree? Very good. Any questions? Alright, so those are how you factor pretty much everything, quadratics and polynomials included. Now we're going to be solving. So just to review one more time, when we graphed quadratics, the solutions were the what? X-intercepts. X-intercept is when y is good. So the first thing we always have to check is that this equation is set to 0, which this one is, but see how this one's not? For this one, we'd have to move what? By doing what? So it'd be x squared equals 0. So they always have to be set to 0 before you can start factoring. Now this first one, number 6, tell me what method I could use to factor this one. Yes, write that down. GCF. What do they have in common? Very good. Abigail Kennedy, what's going to go inside my parentheses?
4x plus 3.
Perfect. Alright, so now to solve, this is fully factored, everybody agree? To solve, you just set each factor equal to 0 separately. So you'll set 5x equal to 0 and 4x plus 3 equal to 0. And then solve for each. So that first one we'll have to divide by what? And you'll get x equals? Yes. For this one we'll have to subtract 3 and then yes, so x equals? That's it. Y'all remember the ones that we were doing by graphing? You could have done it by factoring. You can do it the same way. Either one will solve quadratics. Okay? We're going to learn some more methods in a minute. I want you to do 7 on your own. So factor it, whichever method you use, and then solve by setting each factor equal to 0. Alright, compare your answers. Yes. That's one of them. So you didn't do it by factoring, right? So the reason I want to do it by factoring, sometimes you'll forget the square root of 64 can be equal to what? Like if I did 0 with x squared, I did that square root of 64. So that's how you know factor. So difference of squares between x plus 8 and x minus 8. And you said if they equal to 0, then you get your two answers. Sometimes if you do it by that, you'll forget put plus or minus 8. Alright, what did y'all get for your final answer? 8 and... Do I need to go over how to factor it? Okay, I'll just write it up here. Tell me what method. Yes. Alright. What method for number 8 should we use?
AC hard.
Yes, because is there anything we could take out of these? Nope. None of these have anything in common, so AC hard. And what is A times C in this one? Which is 36, good. Tell me factors of 36 that can add together to give me negative 12. Okay. Anything else?
Negative 6 and...
Good, negative 6 and negative 6. Because when we multiply, they give us a positive. When we add, they give us a negative. Y'all remember what to do from here? Okay, I'll give you a hint.
There's not a negative for me, but does it matter if you keep negative 6 or if you change that?
If this was a positive 12, you have to use positive 6 and positive 6. Is that what you're asking? Okay. What do I put in the middle? And yes, I just replaced that middle term with these that I found. Now what? Yes, group them and go ahead and finish factoring on your own and then solve by setting them equal to 0. Alright, what was our answer? 3 over 2? I heard 3 over 2. Is that right? What was our factors? What y'all factor it into?
2x minus 3.
And did everybody get this? Do I need to go over it? Okay, so how many answers will we have? Just one, because these are the same, right? So it's 3 over 2. So this means it'll hit our x-axis one time, right? And also, the reason this is only one answer is because this is a perfect square trinomial. Now, I'm not going to make you memorize what are perfect squares trinomials, but the reason it is because this is a perfect square. The first and last term are perfect squares. So they'll only have one answer. Okay? Alright, moving on to the next one, we'll have to do what first? Good? And why did I put it in the middle? Yes. Alright, I want you to do 9, 10, and 11 on your own. Make sure you think about which method you're using and write that down. Let me know if you get stuck on one or if you need help. Alright, start comparing them. Compare your answers. Alright, if somebody can tell me how to correctly factor, just like the factor part and then the solutions of all three, you can get a piece of candy. It has to be correct. Alright.
Oh, of all three?
Yes. Okay, go ahead, Abby.
Okay, for number 9, okay, that's already done. So, I did x plus 3 equals x minus 7. Well, like, not
Times.
equals, but that's, yeah.
Good, and then tell me final answers.
X equals -3 and x equals 7.
Alright, what do y'all think? Good, what method here? Good. Any questions, or do I need to go in detail how she got this? Okay, next one, tell me the factored, what you got when you factored it.
I got 3x minus 1 times 5x minus 1.
And so what were your answers?
X equals 1/3 and x equals 1/3.
Oops. What do y'all think? Good? What method here? AC hard. Do I need to go over this one in detail? No? Okay. What about the next one?
This one, I had a 2 on the outside of the parentheses.
Okay.
And then I had x minus 4 times x minus 2.
Answers?
X equals 4 and x equals 2.
And what method? There's two of them. First one was yes.
What do you do after you get the 2x minus 4 and the x minus 2 to get your x?
Did you get the 2 on the outside or inside with it?
Outside.
Okay. Then this, you don't have to write setting this equal to 0 because it's just a 2. It doesn't have an x term with it. Only set these two equal to 0, the ones with x's. Alright, so the first thing you did was what, Abigail?
I divided everything by 2.
That's called the what method? GCF. Good. And then once she did that, you could use what method? AC easy, right? Do I need to go over any of these? I just spelled easy wrong on accident, sorry. Good job. Here you go. Alright, any questions? Y'all feel good about solving by factoring? Let's look at one and then I'll let you put up your notes. These 3 on the back we're not going to get to tomorrow, but I'm just going to do an introduction. When it says solve each equation, you see on the board where it says 2 terms, we did difference of squares, difference of cubes, sum of cubes. We have not looked at square root property. How would you solve number 13 if you were just doing it by algebra, solving for x? Not if you were solving for it. We're not factoring. Subtract the 4, right? Think by algebra, not by factoring. So you get 4x squared equals -4, right? And then you would do what? And you get x squared equals? And then you would? Of both sides? On this side we would get what's square root of -1? Plug it in your calculator. Plug it in your calculator. Okay. Says error. Connor says there's not one. There's actually one, but it's not a real number. It's an imaginary number. So what we're getting into tomorrow, complex numbers, is the math world where there's real numbers, which is everything you've dealt with, and now I'm going to introduce you to imaginary numbers, okay? So this will finish tomorrow after I introduce it to you. Now, I want you starting on your homework. In your homework, I'll write it up here. Workbook, page 50. Numbers 11 through 27 odd. It's only 9 problems. You can work with a partner if you want. But as soon as you finish this, let me check it, and then you can pack up. How many homework assignments are due tomorrow? 2. This one plus the one from Monday, okay? So you're working on this one. If not, you can pack up and do 0 on those work assignments. Yes. So you can work with somebody if you would like. Do y'all want me to post that chart on Google Classroom or no? Y'all don't look at Google Classroom, do you? Yes? Okay, I'll post it on there. And your study guide questions, like I said, will be posted this weekend. Let me know if you need help on one of these homework problems. Mm-hmm. Make sure you pay attention to the directions too. If it says factor, you don't have to solve. It's just factoring. If it says solve, then you factor it, then set it equal to 0. Yep.
And then it's in because it's grade minus 9 is different to square 2, right?
You finished, Connor? These homework answers, I'll put them on Google Classroom too tonight. Who has a yellow calculator? You know our one? I'll pack up. Good morning. How are you? I won't be here tomorrow. I have a meeting, but you can come Monday.
Oh, yes. That's good. First period, I was like, bruh, no good with you kids. My seat's so warm, I don't like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, my seat's
Yeah, when it's
I can't sit in it yet. Yeah.
You need to air it out a little bit.
I don't feel comfortable sitting there.
I didn't even get the chance to turn my parking straight. That's literally all I did.
I got it.
You did it? I didn't get to walk in bed.
Dude, if I turn for a long time and you don't, you have a problem.
Thank you.
something for science.
I'll take it, Justin. Everybody finished with these two problems? Anybody need more time? Okay. Alright, anybody want to do these two? You did it yesterday. Anybody else? Just put your paper up here. Start with number 4. Alright, he says 32 and 0. Is he correct? Alright, how'd you find them?
Plug them in the calculator.
Okay, say if I didn't have a calculator, how would I find these? Factor it into what?
X times 3 times x minus 2 equals 0.
Alright, let's go back. We could take an x out, right?
Yeah.
What do we get when we take the x out?
Oh, and then we're minus 5 x.
And then we find factors of 6 that add together to get this. Good. And then from here we could set these equal to 0 and get the same thing we got. Does anybody do it this way?
Yeah.
Anybody do synthetic? Gotcha.
How would you do synthetic for that?
You find like possible zeros, so it could be like plus or minus 1, plus or minus 2, plus or minus 3, and then plug them in. That's probably the longest way. Yes?
I think I did it wrong. I did 6 and 1.
6 and 1, like for your possible zeros?
Yeah.
Okay, so if I plug 1 in here, this would give me 1 minus 5 is what? And then plus 6? And then 2 times this 1 wouldn't give us 0, right? That's what it would like. So it's got to give you 0 when you plug it in. Any other questions? Alright, show us the next one, please. Number 8.
Also plug it in the calculator.
Okay. Is this correct? Did everybody else get this?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, tell me if I didn't have a calculator, how could I do this? Foil. -2 plus 5i and -2 plus 5i, right? Let's go down the row. Logan, what's my first terms multiplied together?
4.
Try to get Megan. What's my outside terms?
9.
Good. My inside terms, Michaela? My last term, Kate?
25.
This would make 25. This would make, yes. And then so 4 minus 25 gives us what, everybody? This gives us, that's it. So you could use calculator or just pull it out. Any questions? Mr. Colby? Alright. I have graded y'all's test that have finished. Those of you that have not finished, if you don't come Monday to finish it during 0 period, I'll just grade what you have. I was recording from my last